This man was supposed to be dead. His boat had sunk, his crew was gone, and he was trapped at the bottom of the ocean. Alone, in complete darkness. No one was searching for survivors anymore. The divers who came down were not there to rescue him. They were there to recover bodies. But then, after almost 3 days underwater, one diver saw a hand, and when he touched it, the hand grabbed him back. This is the story of Harrison Okene, the man who survived inside a sunken ship. In May of 2013, Harrison was working as a cook on a tugboat called the Jascon 4. The boat was operating off the coast of Nigeria, helping stabilize an oil tanker near an offshore platform. To Harrison, it was just another day at work, a dangerous job, yes, but still normal. He cooked, he cleaned, he moved through the narrow rooms of the vessel like he had done many times before. But early one morning, everything changed. The sea was rough. The boat began to roll. At first, it may have felt like just another wave, then another. Then the whole vessel started turning in a way no boat should turn. Harrison was in the bathroom when he realized something was wrong. The floor shifted. The walls moved. The boat was capsizing. In seconds, the world flipped upside down. Water rushed in. Metal screamed. Objects smashed against the walls, and the ship began sinking toward the ocean floor. Inside, there was no time to think, no time to plan, no time to understand what was happening. Harrison had to move. He pushed through the darkness, feeling his way through the sinking boat. The lights were gone. The corridors were filling with water. Every room became a trap. He could not see where he was going. He could only feel a wall, a door, a pipe, cold water, and somewhere inside that upside-down ship, he found a pocket of air. It was not much, just a small space inside the wreck where the water had not reached the ceiling. But that tiny pocket of air became the only thing keeping him alive. The Jascon 4 finally came to rest on the seabed. Upside down, about 30 meters underwater. Above him, the ocean stretched like a wall. Around him, the ship was silent, and inside that silence, Harrison waited. At first, maybe he thought rescue would come quickly. Maybe someone knew he was alive. Maybe help was already on the way. But minutes became hours, and the darkness stayed. He was cold, he was hungry, but worst of all, he was thirsty. The water around him was salt, water. He could not drink it. His mouth dried out, his body weakened, and every breath inside that air pocket became more precious, because the danger was not just drowning. The danger was the air itself. Every time he breathed in oxygen, he breathed out carbon dioxide, and inside a trapped space, carbon dioxide can slowly become deadly. There was no fresh air coming in, no sunlight, no signal, no voice calling his name, just darkness, water, and the sound of the ship around him. At some point, Harrison realized something terrifying. He was not alone inside the wreck. His crewmates were still there, but they were not alive. He later said he could hear sounds in the water, sounds no person should ever have to hear. Fish moving through the wreck, the ocean taking over the ship, and the bodies of the men who had been working beside him. Imagine that. You are trapped, underwater, in total darkness. You do not know if anyone is coming. You know the people around you are dead, and the only thing separating you from the same fate is a small pocket of air. For almost 60 hours, Harrison stayed there, waiting, praying, trying not to panic, trying not to breathe too fast, trying not to lose his mind. Above the water, people believed there were no survivors. The rescue mission had changed. It was no longer about saving lives. It was about bringing bodies back. A team of divers went down to the wreck. They moved through the sunken ship carefully. The vessel was upside down. The rooms were dangerous. Visibility was poor. and they expected only one thing: death. Then one diver entered a dark area of the wreck. He saw a hand. At first, he thought it belonged to another body, so he reached for it, and suddenly, the hand moved. It grabbed him. The diver pulled back in shock because no one expects a dead man to grab back. But Harrison was alive. After nearly 3 days at the bottom of the ocean, he was still breathing. The rescue team could hardly believe it. The mission changed. Instantly, this was no longer a recovery. This was a rescue. But even finding him alive did not mean they could simply bring him to the surface. After spending so long at that depth, his body was under pressure. If they brought him up too fast, the pressure change could kill him, so the rescue had to be slow, careful, controlled. They gave him breathing equipment. They guided him out of the wreck. And after surviving the sinking, the darkness, the thirst, and the air pocket, Harrison still had to go through decompression before he could safely return to normal life. When he finally made it out, the world saw his survival as almost impossible. A man had been trapped underwater, inside an upside-down ship, for almost 3 days, and somehow he came back alive. But survival did not end the story. Harrison later said that even after returning home, he would sometimes wake up feeling like his bed was sinking. In his mind, he was still there, still underwater, still trapped in the dark. Because some stories do not end when the person survives. Some stories follow them forever, and that is why this story belongs in The Line Files.